Hi all. I wanted to do a little flip through of my December daily 2017. This was my first December daily that I did, and it was really great. I did post some of the pictures on my Instagram at Ricola1650, and I will be posting some photos of it also on my Notes with Nicole Instagram page, so you can check it out there. Let's do a quick flip through of my book. I put a pocket on this front section, and in there I just put a few little things. One was a holiday favorites checklist, a calendar so I'd know the days of the week for each of those days, and then this is a holiday seek and find. Each of these are some close-ups of pictures that can be found within my December daily, and it tells what date to search for those on. Simple Stories did some freebie pages, and these were some of the pages that they had included. Really liked it because it had holiday highlights, traditions we love, good cheer, December documented, and then a little list for enjoying, listening, watching, reading, eating, drinking, wearing, remembering. And so I did some additional journaling on here. I also included some pages that include activities that occurred before December. However, they were related to the holiday season, so I included them in here. I also took all my pictures in December, but I did not start working on this book until a couple of days after Christmas, and then I finished the album by the end of January by working on 1 or 2 days every couple of days. This was my first time doing a large picture in there, and I wasn't exactly sure how to format it, but I did eventually get it printed, which was really special. This was from a family event that we went to in Johnson City, which was a holiday lighting event. When we go to Wimberley, we spend a lot of time having hot chocolate, and so that was a really special time. Here's our family at the lighting. This all happened the day after Thanksgiving. Here's another picture of that. My kids had been participating in swim lessons, and they actually ended their lessons in December. At the end of November, it was going to be our last time at this facility, so I documented that in here. At school, on the way to school on the 30th, we went in, and this tree wasn't decorated yet, and then it was decorated when we came out, and she had to check it out, and she said, "It looks like Christmas." She was really excited about that. So here's the beginning, actually, of my album. So I was out of town on December 1st with my scrapbooking buddies at a retreat, and I decided to include some of the holiday memorabilia, and you will see some of the pieces from this included in my December daily. I used some of the things that people had given me. My in-laws took my kids to the opera on the 2nd, and so I included that event in here. Oh, which reminds me, there's some things in the back that did not fit in here, and I will show that at the end, but I made a little pocket to slide them in. Here's when we were picking out our tree. It was really funny. My daughter wanted this tree because she said it looked like a Barbie tree. We decided on a shorter tree this year, which I really liked. It took us a very short time to decorate it, and then we were able to enjoy it a little bit longer. My products that I used are a mix. There's some Simple Stories items. There are some older Simple Stories paper. There is some October Afternoon. There are some printables that I found online for free. No specific place that they come from. I just kind of mixed them together and kind of went with what I felt for each day. We went to a cupcake place after picking up my phone. That was their reward. They were so good that day, and waited so patiently at the Apple store. We had some friends welcome their twins on December 5th, and that was a very exciting moment for our friend group. It was chilly in December. We had several cold, drizzly mornings. So we spent a lot of time finding ways to find indoor activities to do. Here's the kids helping me decorate the tree. This is where I used some of the October afternoon, and let's see, I think there was some October afternoon over here. And I almost held on to it because I had just received it, but I decided that it was too pretty and it needed to be included in my album to showcase it, that I can still look at it and it looks beautiful here. This is when we went to go and visit the twins, and I was completely in my happy place here, getting to hold both babies. We did have some snow. We live in Houston, and we did get snow. There was only a 60% chance of snow, but apparently it started at about 10:30 at night, but we were already asleep, and we did not get to see it falling down, but this is us getting to see it after. This is my husband shaking off the umbrella. I included a lot of pictures from that because this was a really fun morning. We got up very early. This was about 6 in the morning, and we got up and took the kids out to explore. They were in their PJs. It was also a special day at my daughter's school, and I took my son to the museum, and we got to see all the really beautifully decorated trees. So this page got damaged. There was a spill in my bag that I was transporting it back and forth as I was working on it. But I decided it's part of the story, that sometimes things happen to your albums, and that's just part of the story. So we went to a Christmas event as a family, and I included that. This was when we got to visit Santa at my friend's house. I thought this boy and girl were just so perfect for my two littles. There we are with Santa. This is a special event in our town that's called Lights in the Heights, where you walk around and look at all the lights on several streets, and they have bands and food, and the kids just absolutely loved it. They loved getting these light up toys. My sister and my brother-in-law bought those for them, and they just thought that was so special. They stayed over the night, and so then we went and got tacos in the morning. This was Claire looking at the tree, and I decided to highlight a special ornament. She was telling my mom about a special picture of Colin and I from our engagement. I pared down my decorations. We don't have a lot of flat surfaces, and this was one of my favorite sets of decorations that I did in our bathroom. I had a lot of fun mixing together different textures, different washies, wood veneer, cutting up little cards, just really mixing it up. I did get these numbers at Target in the dollar spot. Sometimes it's really fun to find things like that. On the 11th, we made a gingerbread house, and the kids came up with what they wanted to do. They wanted there to be a pond, which I thought was so cute. Let's see, we spent our day with one of our good buddies. We went to the library, and they thought that was so fun. This was me when I went out to dinner for the holiday dinner with our friend group. Took my daughter to the museum that day. Got a chance to go see Dan Rather speak about his new book, What Unites Us. It wasn't a holiday event per se, but it was an event that I attended with two of my good friends, Joanne and Kate. Here's Jamie at school out in the garden. We watched the movie Tintin, so recorded that. Jamie pretended that he was delivering Christmas packages. We spent a day at the museum together. I really tried to mix up the types of pocket pages that I did. This one's like one with a strip. I could not just do all of the same pocket pages, so I mixed it together. Some are just full 6x8 pages, some pocket pages. This was great when we had a day where we did a lot of different things. I did these ones that have the smaller pictures. This was a day that we did a bunch of different things. I've never thought about doing an empty square with something on the outside, and I thought that was kind of fun. When you look through, you see my son and I, and my daughter and my husband. This was when we attended the Christmas event at my son's school, and he got a chance to sing some of the songs, and we got to see some of our friends perform in the live nativity. This was a holiday event with our church that was really fun. Okay, on this page I decided to do a pocket, and then I have cards that you pull out, and it has double-sided pictures on each one. And this was from a train display. Here's my kids looking at my December album from another year. So this is a two-sided with pockets on each side to highlight this whole day. We did several things that day, so I put all those in the pockets. This was making special treats for the neighbors. We did the pretzels where you dip them in chocolate and then put peppermints on them. And it was quite a task, but the kids really had a great time helping out their grandparents with that. I was obsessed with red lipstick during the holiday season. Here were some gifts that I had made for Jamie's teachers. I found out that putting vinyl on to something round is very difficult. This was my daughter's holiday concert with her little buddies, and when they got to both visit Santa at school. This is a special event that we went to at our zoo with our good friends Jacqueline and Joanne and their kiddos. We had a very good time. Lots of pictures from that event, so I used some of those pages that had lots of 2x2 squares. After going to the zoo for zoo lights, Claire really wanted to see all the animals, so we went back the next day and did the zoo. And then also that day was my son's performance at school. He was a donkey, and he was so excited to be the donkey. He was not sad about his role at all. He really enjoyed himself. This was actually scraps that were left over from another December album that I had done. So I included those. I'm not afraid to turn cards sideways to fit in journaling. So I used to have a problem with that, but now I've got over it and it doesn't bother me anymore. Here are my guys. We celebrated Christmas early with my husband's family, and so this was at my in-laws, at their tree. And then getting to share in our holiday with them, which was really fun. This was our Christmas list that we sent our Christmas cards to. These were all the people we sent our Christmas cards to. So I made a little list of that. And then it looks like I needed to include another page. So I guess I wasn't really done, because here's the other list that I need to include. Here are all the Christmas cards that we received. I normally put kids' art up on these, but I decided to put them up here. And then I hole punch them at the end of the year and put our card on the front so I can remember what year that was. And it's fun to look back at how everyone's kids have changed and how our kids have changed. On Christmas Eve, we went to a gathering at our church, and the kids, for the first time, got a chance to stay in this gathering with us, and they got to do the candles, which they thought was really fun. This was cute because my daughter was wearing barrettes that said naughty and nice, and I found this card that says, I've been naughty because, and I've been nice because. We set cookies out for Santa. And then here was our family out in front of the church. We went on and looked at the NORAD Santa tracker, and we got to see when he was right over us. And then here's the tree. And my daughter received a doll house, so that was exciting. She was very excited about all of her stocking items. So here we are, all of that. And then they received a really special gift from my sister and brother-in-law, and the kids thought that was really great. My husband took a picture of my brother-in-law, my sister, and I all on our phones, taking a little tech break, relaxing while the kiddos were sleeping. And then we had a very lovely dinner, and it was hard to get everybody in the picture. Oh, back here is where I was saying I had these items, and these were the programs from events that we had received, that we went to, and I didn't want to cut them up, so I put a little brown paper bag back here And then these just slide right into here. So I hope that you liked my December daily walkthrough, and you can look for this year's December daily on my Instagram, Ricola1650 and Notes with Nicole.